Hi there, my name is Jai Pathak, and today's reading is from the classic Greatest Salesman in the World, Augmentino, 1968. The chapter is called The End or the Beginning. What do I do now? In conclusion, commencement days are always fun until the keynote speaker arises to remind you that the commencement is the time of the beginning. And so far as duties and responsibilities are concerned, you haven't really lived at all yet, and all the marvelous challenges and opportunities still before you. After working so hard and so long for that diploma, the last thing in the world you want to hear anybody tell you is that the road is going to get rougher up ahead. And after working and persisting with your success recorder all these weeks, the last thing you want to hear from me is that I've got you scheduled for more work, more reading, and more self examination. But that's exactly what I'm telling you. Now that you have completed your success recorder, the first thing I want you to do is dig up that memo you sent yourself before you began this program. And on that memo, you had indicated what you wanted to be earning in weekly income and what you wanted your title to be when you completed this program. Like those push ups, I'll wager you did a lot better than you thought you'd do. Now do it again. Send yourself a similar memo spelling out specifically what you want to be earning in income and what you want your title to be 1 year from the date of your memo. If you like, also include some of the other 12-month objectives as material rewards for your courage and hard work. A vacation to Acapulco, Mexico, a new Datsun 240Z, that mink coat that you've been telling Mama she was going to get someday. But what force will continue to motivate and spur you on upward another year now that you have completed the greatest secret in the world? What have I got up my sleeve for you now? In the next 12 months, I want you to read as many as you can of the 12 greatest self help, self knowledge, and self inspirational books ever written. Admittedly, namely any 12 books as the greatest in any category is an exercise in impertinence on my part, and my judgment is purely subjective. However, in nearly a decade of editing self help material, it is reasonably safe to say that nearly every so called self help classic has crossed my desk, from Franklin's autobiography, Great Britain Samuel Smiles and his self help, Martin's Pushing to the Front, down through the Shermans, Bristols, Carnegies, Hills, Peels, and Stones, to some of the present and unfortunately different group of motivators who write books with exotic titles like How to Invigorate a Psychic Power to Dynamically Master Others. Hundreds of books have been read by me and considered for possible observation in Success Unlimited magazine. What I hope to do for you with the list I'm about to suggest is to save you many hours of non profitable reading by helping you, and yes, I do mean you, to avoid the considerable amount of tripe that is being hustled today under the guise of self help literature. Just remember that every book which begins with how to won't make you a millionaire or a saint, but it could make you a millionaire or a saint as well. Although some of this list may be out of print, I'm sure you'll find many of them at your local library. Regular visits to your library is a habit that you should develop, anyways, if you're not already doing it. Here are my selections, not in any perfect order, for they're all great. The 12 greatest self help books. I have to add one in here. One of my favorite all time greatest books is an autobiography. It's called The Autobiography of a Yogi by Paramahansa Yogananda. That's number one. Next one is The Autobiography of Benjamin Franklin by Benjamin Franklin. Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. Success Through a Positive Mental Attitude by W. Clement Stone and Napoleon Hill. The Power of Faith by Louis Binstock. Your Greatest Power by J. Martin Cohey. I Dare You by William Danforth. Acres of Diamonds by Russell H. Conwell. The Ability to Love by Dr. Alan Fromm. How I Raised Myself from Failure to Success in Selling by Frank Bettger. The Magic Power of Emotional Appeal by Roy Garn. And As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. And one other book I would recommend is The Magic of Believing by Claude Bristol. And as well as Dr. Joseph Murphy's classic, The Power of Your Subconscious Mind. Well, that's only 11, you say. Well, the odds are excellent that you've already read the 12th one in your home. Perhaps you haven't opened it for years, but it is there waiting patiently to serve you. And this is the unlimited reservoir which has been used and will be used for nearly every self-help book, the Holy Bible, the Old Testament and New Testament, which includes about 33 books into one. King James Version. There's also a Bible on audio book, but narrated by James Earl Jones as well. I would also hope, if you haven't already, that somewhere along the way you managed to read the book, The Greatest Salesman in the World, where all those scrolls are read by Og Mandino, which is an excellent classic from 1968, which I recommend you having by your bedside, and you can read a scroll a day to keep your spirits up, keep you motivated, and keep you moving forward, keep you alive, invigorated, and enthused. Before a final parting, let me give you a word of warning so that you'll be armed to defend yourself against those who put down all self-help literature. Don't listen to them. Simply don't listen to them. Do what's right and continue on with your self-help reading one self-help book a month. And then you would read 12 of the greatest self-help books in 1 year. Just imagine what that can do to stretching your mind, building your library, the influence you'll have on others, and the development that you'll be making within yourself. I must leave you now, and I can think of no better way than the words of Dr. Reinhold Niebuhr at another commencement exercise many years ago. Quote, "Nothing that is worth doing can be accomplished in your lifetime. Therefore, you will have to be saved by hope. Nothing that is beautiful will make sense in the immediate instance. Therefore, you must be saved by faith. Nothing that is worth doing can be done alone, but it has to be done with others. Therefore, you must be saved by love." Peace. Og Mandino.